Let's go live. Yay! I am live on all areas. So today we're gonna do preptober, but I got back my beta after. So I got back my beta feedback, which I'd gotten it from most of my people's, but then my line editor had gone back to me finally on my next chapter for my one moment, I'll be right back. I just realized I do not have my handy dandy thing so I can see when you guys are chatting me. That would be very sad. I'll be right back. I am back again. Sorry about that. I needed to get my iPad so I can check on how you all are doing. So let's see. It's a slower morning for me today, but hopefully we can still get things done. So as I was saying, I got my feedback back from my line editor beta reader. And so there's a couple minor to mid-sized changes I need to do the next chapter before I post it on Kindle Vella. So I'm going to do that this morning, and then we'll see how the rest of the hour goes from there. Do you ever open Twitch and it doesn't immediately go to your creator file and you're just like, excuse you? Well, I guess I'll just be one of my viewers for now until my rest of my viewers come up. It's sleepy morning. I don't know if it's sleepy for anyone else, but it's definitely sleepy for me. Also, I kind of took a lot of time because I was like lacing up this corset this morning. That was not the reason why I was late, because I did it before 9:30, but I needed to get my tea, and then I realized my tea maker wasn't on yet, so I had to reheat. Excuses, I know. So let's see. Let's see what's going on. Just double checking that my sound is working. Let's see what's going on. Yep, my sound is working. Excellent. That is what I want to hear. I mean, according to OBS it is, but you know, you always want to double check these things. So, yes, that's what I am doing today. I am going to open, which I thought I already did. No, I did not. Okay. I am going to open my Google Docs. And I am going to go to my main account for Google Docs. I'm going to open up Arc 1, and then right next to it, I'm going to open up my beta readers thingamabobber. And then I need to go down to episode 10. And then anyone who wants to end up reading my story, you might get not spoilers, just like a little preview. So that's what's going on. When I send a beta reader thing, since I don't want my main documents to be messed with, I also like asking my beta readers to like highlight things that they like, things that I might need to change, and hopefully you can't hear all the background noise that's going on downstairs. Last time when there was like a really loud thing, no one heard anything, so I'm hoping that continues that thing. Let's see. So it's mainly this first part that I need to update. I was told to take this out because it's kind of knowledge. And today I even got like a cute aesthetic teacup. This is was my birth mom's set, and it's adorable. I even have the cute little set. I was feeling so aesthetic today, I had to. And then I have these cookies, which, by the way, if you take the Toll House, and no ad because I'm not popular enough to have an ad, but that would be cool if Toll House ever decided to be like a promo for me, sure. Like, anyways, especially if they come out with a dark chocolate chip, like, ready to go recipe. So I just use the cookie dough that's already ready, and then I add walnuts, and then this time I added cinnamon, and it was good. It was good. So I always forget, at least I'm a little slow this morning, sorry. I am going to go ahead, before I put on the copyright-free music, I am going to let everyone know that the sprint is now live. Live stream. Wow, I cannot spell live. I spelled it as love. That's terrifyingly embarrassing. I have no idea what I'm humming. I do think I came up with it myself. So on Twitch at Author Celestia Sharp, or YouTube at Celestia Sharp Writes. Select all, copy. Okay.
Stop scrolling if you want to become a...
Sorry. Good morning, everybody. Come and join me for a live stream on either Twitch at Author Celestia Sharp or at YouTube at Celestia Sharp Writes. I am streaming right now for at least an hour and a half, and we are going to work on. My problem is I always put it at the 30, and then I run out, or 15 seconds, and then I run out of room. This is embarrassing. Good morning, everyone. I am now live streaming. Come and join me on YouTube at Celestia Sharp Writes, or you can join me at Twitch at Author Celestia Sharp. There we go. Just adding it to my thingamabobber. Yay! Hello to YouTuber peoples. I think one of them might be me, but to the other person, thank you for joining. Does having this schedule help, like, or do you just search for like preptober things and then come across me? I'm very curious. Is it my tags that are helping me get an extra follower person coming and joining, or is it the fact that I scheduled it in advance? I wonder. I'm very curious about this. I don't know which one I'm on which. Yep. So just let me know which one. And I'm seeing one person on Twitch, which I'm thinking is me, because for some reason the Twitch app is not being helpful and switching to creator mode today. So it's just going to be one of those mornings. I'm sorry. This is very real. We all have these mornings where we just cannot think. All right. Almost done, peoples. So if you're new to the stream, I have a novel called Villainess from the Stars that's on Kindle Vella. The first 9 episodes are free. No, sorry. The first 9 episodes are live, and the first 3 chapters are free. Wow, my brain. That's worrying. And I have to write today. Anyways. So it's a cozy fantasy, kind of portal fantasy, a little bit Izeki vibes, which is like where a person is transported to another world, but it's done in a way that's different. So that's why I call it sci-fi fantasy. It's set on a whole new planet with whole new beings and races, so that's cool. And from NaNoWriMo, which is National Writing Month, and it's where like everyone that's authors that are aware of NaNoWriMo try to write 50,000 words in a month, which sounds crazy. But if you think about fan fiction writers, because I'm also one, I've never written that so much in a month, but I've written up to like 30,000 words at least in a month. So I think my top in NaNoWriMo was around 30,000. So yeah. And then, so yes. So last year, I did Villainess from the Stars. I got about 25,000 in, and then I continued working on it and edited it with beta readers, and then I uploaded it. So that was the whole thing. I'm a little slow today, so please humor me. But the project I'm working on right now is my beta reader got back to me about episode 10. So that means once I get it going and I edit it, I can upload today, which is exciting because I have been hoping to get my next episode up. I try to do it every month around the same time, the week of the 15th, but on Saturday it's going to be kind of a busy day, and so I wanted to get it in sooner this month. So it worked out. I am live. Come join and work on editing. All right, that's all I'm gonna do. Okay, so this episode is called Tale of the Forgotten. And I have to rework that whole beginning. I guess I was telling instead of showing. So I will put on the music now and we will start working. And this is my copyright free, nice old copyright free music. And I call it migraine friendly because for the most part it doesn't get too high pitched. The high pitch is more softer, so that's what I'm going. This is a mess, but it actually helps me. It's a creative mess. Good morning, my darling follower. I hope that wasn't awkward. Amia Skoa. I can never say your name correctly. I am so sorry. Thank you. What you working on this morning? Nice. Backstories are fun. I found this really good character profile kind of like worksheet. It's not mine. It's Abby Emmons on YouTube. She does this whole character profile thing where you ask your character certain things. Let me see if I can pull up. I'm getting distracted, but sometimes it's good for me to get distracted. Then it gets my brain out of like overwhelming itself. Let's see. Let's pull it up for Forgotten. Like right here. So it asks things like what's their being, what's their role, what's their age, physical description, MTI, personality type, what's their greatest fear. Then the important part is misbeliefs, because most characters have like a misbelief about something, and that affects. I really liked her thing. She has it's under her NaNoWriMo, so the National Writing Month playlist, and I'll just chat her name in the chat so you can look her up, and maybe I can find towards the end of the sprint try to remind me, or no, I don't know. But it's Abby Emmons, and yeah, that really helped me with my characters. It was just the amount of like outlining where it wasn't too much for me, but there's like a whole section where you actually, what she called a therapy session with your characters. So like you ask them questions and then you have them respond in your document in first person. And then so you kind of get like, I don't know, into their heads a little bit more. I found it really helped me with getting their voices. So like some of the questions are like, how are you dissatisfied with your life? What do you think will bring you true happiness and contentment? What definite step could you take to make your dream a reality? Those kind of things. Like, how has your fear kept you from this already? It's just really good. Hi, reverse module. You're a new one. Or maybe you were here last time, but you just didn't say anything. But hello. I hope you're having a good morning. My morning's doing okay. I'm a little slower this morning, but it's nice to see. No, I'm new. Well, welcome. I'm a writer of sci-fi fantasy, and it's kind of a cozy fantasy because I'm blanking out this morning, but this morning I'm trying to focus on editing my next episode that needs to go up because I got feedback back from my beta readers. And it's the same work that I plan on continuing during NaNoWriMo, which is National Writing Month, which is November. So if you don't know what it is, but you would like the link to it, it's pretty cool. I can send it to you in the chat. Oh, cool. Yeah. Any sort of this is a work with me. So if you find my voice helpful when you're being productive, then that's the main thing. You don't have to be like an author or specifically a writer of fiction, but a game writer is even more because you're an artist, you're a writer, you're the world builder, which I feel like some of us authors do all that, but that's just like, it's more intense because you're like, you have to show people things. Not to try to pressure, but I just find that amazing. I've always admired people that do that. Okay. Chill. That's me too. I have slight music in the background. I put it down occasionally because I literally made a playlist that's migraine friendly copyright music, but yet sometimes still certain notes are just like a little so I turn it down and then I turn it back up. I added some more though that are more piano notes. Some of the lo-fi with like the weird variations of music, like I like it, but then I don't like it because then I don't know. My brain's weird. Let's just say that. I'm doing my like evil person hands gesture right now. I think. I'm so bad at beginnings and I have to rework the beginning of my chapter. And it's usually a scene that I would like writing. It's like a little picnic scene with like the found family, but it's just like, I don't know why. I have to write about two twin, how do you say that? Twin like siblings that are like adorable and describe them in like really sweet, adorable ways, but I was telling too much instead of showing, and so I have to fix that. Plan for November. Well, last November yeah, the twin is mean too. I know, but I always end up saying two again after I've said twin, even though that encompasses it. It's fun. I've always been curious to find out if there's such thing as number dyslexia because I definitely get numbers switched a lot when I used to be a answering service person receptionist, and man, I had to double check those numbers because the switcheroo would happen. Yes, there's dyslexia. So yeah, NaNoWriMo, last NaNoWriMo, I worked on this book, Villainess from the Stars. We got about 25,000, almost 30,000 words in, which is still really good. It's progress on a novel. So then I kept writing it, and then in July 15th, 16th, I published it on the first 3 chapters or 4 chapters actually, on Kindle Vella. So my goal for November is to finish my second arc or season, and then start writing the 3rd season. It has 4 seasons in total, plus an epilogue, so it's a bit of a long one. But that's kind of how Kindle Vellas are supposed to be, because they're serialized fiction. So. Excuse me. But today I am working on another time when the music's distracting to me for some reason. Thank you. I hope your game goes great too. Yeah, I said that right. I am awkward here. That is something you have to know going in. Does anyone else find this, like, the default smiley faces in Twitch kind of creepy? I think they're supposed to be robots, but they look like almost skeleton faces that don't have, you know what I mean? I don't know, I find them a little weird. Okay, they're weird to you too. Okay, I just, the first time I said a smiley face, I was like, oh, that was not how I imagined a smiley face would look like. Okay. I put my words to be like a size up, but then they got too big. It's weird when you're trying to be productive how little things will end up just like bugging you. And then stop it and distracting you from getting work done. Oh, I went too far. Oops. Wee, scooch up. Scooch, 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 scooch. If anyone finds the music annoying, just tell me and I'll skip to the next song, because I don't want to irritate anyone with the music. Sure, you can definitely ask. This always happens when someone asks you what your story is about. That is why I have a blurb, because it took me a very long time to come up with how to explain it out loud to people. So, I mean, it's kind of inspired by portal fantasy and also a lot of web novel transmigration reincarnation stories, but I personally wanted to write a novel that was more like sci-fi. Like, what if somehow consciousnesses could be downloaded throughout different timelines and like dimensions? That's a little bit of a spoiler, but not really. So, anyways, and so it follows the story of Vienna Thorne, one of these consciousnesses, and in her futuristic world, the story that she's placed into was fiction. It was based off an Toby game, but it was very kind of like 2D. So then when she's put into the world, she realizes this is the real world. This is like what everything was based off of, rather than the other way around. She's not in something fictional. And so it's just kind of her discovering the world and discovering the story is not what it seemed to be, and how something can be inspired by something, but it will leave many things out and kind of can often convolute the original story. So it's kind of like a storyteller's dream of like retelling a story that's already been told, but reverse it. That's confusing. But the blurb says, the caretakers gave Vienna Thorne 2 instructions. 1, beware violent death. 2, don't allow others to take advantage. If these instructions are disregarded, the timeline would be destroyed. Vienna wishes to live happily in this life, surrounded by a warm new family. She knows things aren't that simple. Her secret could change everything on Terra, a world she once thought only existed in an Atomi game. Thank you. The first 3 episodes are free on Kindle Vella. So if you just wanted to try it out and you didn't want to, unlock future chapters yet, those first 3 are free. So, yep. And this is definitely a journey of love, because it's not like I make a lot of money on it or anything, but it's so nice to finally get paid a little bit for something I've created. Mostly what I've been paid with is bonuses, not really people unlocking. But, if you're doing something because you love it, then it doesn't matter how many. I'm blanking out. But you get the drift, hopefully, that I was saying. Yeah, and I can share the link if you want it in the chat. But I also have it, the buff thing blubber. Yes, that is the main thing, most definitely. If you're interested, here's the link. And my goal is for, if you're participating in NaNoWriMo, anyone that's watching, of the 3 people that are watching me right now, I do plan on doing sprints, but they'll be like really like supportive sprints. It won't be like a competition. It'll be more like, I was able to get this many words in it. I'll be like, we'll all be applauding each person. Or I was able to get this much of uninterrupted work done. If you're a game designer, that also works. Any sort of work will be encouraged. As long as you're having fun. That is the key. You have to be having fun. You know when you're staring at something and you're like, I have literally not figured out anything. I've just been staring at this page. That's what's happening to me today. I might need to change it up and not write this story, because sometimes my brain just like, especially in the morning, this is morning brain, needs to like get like a, what's it called? Jolt of creative juices. And usually I do that through creating portraits of my characters in Artbrader, which if you don't know what that is, oh my gosh, you need to find it out now. Do you guys know what Artbrader is? It's a free service. So, I mean, you can pay for it, but like, it's mostly to support it. It's like one of those things like Patreon, where like on Patreon you can get free stuff from like your favorite peoples, but like you can pay early access if you want to support them. It's a similar kind of concept. But Artbrader is, you can make landscapes, you can make portraits of peoples. This is mine. And I found it really helpful when I'm writing any story, fan fiction or original, to be able to see the faces. And you would probably recognize at least one face in this place. Yes, I have a Darcy Lewis story that's been haunting me, so you can see that. But yeah, I really like doing it because I am one of those people that always have like a person in my brain or a place, but I'm not very good at being an artist. I'm a chronic illness warrior, so my time is limited that I can put into certain things. And so having Artbrader, where it like takes care of that first like step and then helps you like customize something, is so nice. Because then I can finally get my brain that connection of like what I'm imagining sort of onto the page, if that makes sense. Anyway. Yeah, this is awesome. Yeah, so if you haven't been introduced to Artbrader yet, I definitely would suggest checking it out. It is awesome. And then I've also done some of my world building using it. Let's see. Oops. You can do space stuff. You can do landscapes. I use that one on the far left the most, but I also like the one on the far right. I need to use that one more often. I'm going to go and save it. Pictures. My Artbrader, where are you, Artbrader? Non-portraits. Spacescapes. Pretty galaxy mountains. I don't know. That's what I'm naming it. Anyways, yeah, I would definitely just try looking into it. I can send you the link to the site too. I'm just sending you a lot of links to you guys today, but it's a really nice, like, here's the link. It's a really nice resource, free resource for any sort of creator. And it's just, it helps with your brain so well. I'll also send out my YouTube, even though I don't think there's anyone there, but that's fine. Here's the link to Artbrader. I have some nice people on Twitch. They're looking at it, but you know what? Who knows? Maybe someone isn't someone of those people that, likes watching a live stream live. Maybe they like watching it not live. And maybe they will find this helpful. Okay, so I'm going to minimize this, and then I am going to go to my other project. Where is my page or my timeline? Let me bring up something exciting, like my Google Docs. And you can see how organized not I am while I try to find the page, the timeline, which I was smart last time. I made a little fold for the stories timeline so I could find it again. But this time, did I do that? Do I need the time? Oh, there it is. Rewrite in one, and then this is one of those stories where I was like, I'm doing it for fun, and it definitely could probably become its own actual like book that I could publish if I wanted, because Phantom of the Opera is now a what's it called when it's something that you can make like a fan fiction you can make money off of. Public domain. Thank you. It's public domain now, but I don't know. It follows more under my fan fiction version of my universe than my original. It's also me testing out one of my subplots of my Starling Secret Chronicles, which is hybrids and failed hybrids. How do you guys feel about the word hybrid? Because I don't know. Like, there's cars that are hybrids, but when they're used in media to just, like, talk about, like, beings or people that are hybrids, like, between two different cultures, like, when it's sci-fi and fantasy, I don't think it's used as an insult, but if, like, you were to use it in real life, it seems like it would be an insult. So, I don't know. Does anyone know anything about that? I am asking the interwebs because I don't know. I probably should research it, just, Google search it, but so many people have so many different opinions that I don't know. Okay, I need to find the original stream. Oops. There you are. And then I'll pick up my Google Keep. My Google Keep is semi-organized. It's like a conglomeration ofness. You know what I could do is I could write the one shot that I know is almost complete. But do I do that? No. I want to start whole new projects. That's smart. Your story and world are also open source? Cool. Yeah, free stuff is awesome. Yeah. Also, I don't know, even if it is like the Phantom of the Opera, even if it is a public domain now, sometimes I just feel weird making money off of it. Like, I don't mind a retelling of it, like a complete retelling where I'm inspired by the Phantom of the Opera, but if I'm like writing a fan fiction of it and then I make money off it, I don't know, it just feels weird to me. But that's just maybe being a long time fan fiction writer and knowing that I'd never make money off my fan fiction. Maybe that's part of that, but I do have several stories in the works. Well, one specific one that is inspired very heavily by Phantom of the Opera and another media that I really liked. It was a thriller, and the first movie was like one of those where like it's like The Village, or oh man, I hope I just I'm so bad at spoiling things, but we're it's not what it seems like. It seems like it's something supernatural, but it's not. And then, which was the whole point of this thriller that I really liked. And then in the second movie, they decided we're like, never mind, this world actually has this. And you're just like, the whole reason I watched the first one was because I got spoilers and I knew it wasn't going to be this. And then it ended being that. And it just ruined it for me. It just ruined it. Plus, it brought in a supernatural element that I really don't like. Like, I immediately drop things, like DNF it. Do not finish? Yeah, do not finish. I was like, wait, does that mean something else? I was like, oh no. So I was really sad. I had like a really cool fan fiction about it too. But it was one that I would end up deleting anyways, but for reasons. But anyways, I was just like I was very upset. I was like, no. And so then my husband's like, what if you just like are inspired by your fan fiction and you write an original that's inspired by it, but like different? And I was just like, I guess I could do that. And then because my mind doesn't do anything simple, it decided to write it in the future of my current book and in a whole new world on Terra, and have all these elements because I can't help myself. So it doesn't have a title yet, but it's like Tale from 90124.5. Did I say that right? I think I got the number wrong, but the dimension has like a certain number. Each dimension has its own number. So, yeah, that is my ramble for today. Right, and I totally agree with the open source thing. Like, go for it. It's just me. I'm an interesting flower, and I get weird about weird things. But like, I have someone that I love on fanfiction.net that had a story, but she wanted to have it in like it was from Fan of the Opera too, running theme, but she wanted to like give it to people in like a bound cover, and on Amazon you can only like sell it. You can't just like sell a proof. You understand? Yeah. And so she sold it like a very low price, but honestly it's good enough writing that she could have made money off it. And I didn't feel uncomfortable about that because that was her own thing. Like, I don't mind if other people do it. I'm just weird for myself. Because I'm harder on myself and weirder to myself. Okay, so what was I gonna do? I was going to So the question is, do I just flesh out a one-shot and publish that? Or do I start and dive in? Well, it's not really from scratch, because I'm just rewriting. But oh, the minds of creatives. We are interesting flowers. Yes, we are. On a random note, did you guys know the historical of Louis Le Prince? Like, I came across him completely accidentally when I was researching something else, and he is like the person that made film, like a film camera, like back in the early 1800s, like first, but then he mysteriously disappeared. Yeah. Oh, the stories. When you look into inventions and who actually invented what, things get very interesting. I'm just gonna check on my people over here. Build myself talking to myself on YouTube. That's fine. Okay. This song's a bit repetitive. Sorry, my weird faces. I make gestures with my faces a lot. Face. Whew. Okay, I'm going to start with what I know is going to change first, because that makes it easier. And also, I'm horrible with fresh pages of papers. But if I have something on it, but not too much on it, then I can think for some weird reason. Does anyone else have this tick? Because my husband doesn't. But I'm one of those people that don't like notifications just like hovering there. Does anyone else like that? Like, you know, when there's like a bell and then it has like numbers, that bugs me. I have to always click on it. And then I might not go to it immediately, but like I just don't like it. You don't have to answer that question. I'm just curious. I'm just overly curious if anyone else is like that. Because everyone I talk to is all like, no, I think that's just you, Caitlin. Let's clear all. Okay. Whew. Oh, delete that? Oh, yeah. Let me pull that up real quick. Just saw that now. Sorry. Chat settings. I think usually you can delete your own chat, but let me investigate. Off I go to investigate. I don't see a way to do it on my OBS, so I'm going in. I'm going in deep for you. Going in deep means I'm just going to here because manage stream. That's what I want to do. That's what I wanted to do on my thingamabobber, but why is my chat not showing up? Oh, there you are. Okay, now I want to be able. Don't worry about it. Like, we all have moments where we do something weird and we're just like, why did I do that? I think I'm still kind of new to this, if you haven't noticed yet, so I'm still figuring this out. I don't. now. Don't mind me. Leave comment and Twitch chat. Okay. I'm going to clear the chat, peoples. Be aware. So don't say anything important right now. Oops. I am just going to clear the chat. That's the easy way. And I don't want to have to ban someone. Because even if it's for a purpose, I feel like that's mean. Okay, there we are. We're good. It was cleared. Well, it's already done. I already cleared the chat. Don't worry, I'll send the links again. Okay. We did it for a friend. That's important. Friends are more important than links. No. It's fine. I have done similar things, and if I had someone do what I just did, I would be like happy. So I am weird this morning. Okay, what was I going to do? I was going to send links again. That's fine. I honestly need something to procrastinate on. I'm not being very productive this morning, but that's okay because sometimes you need to procrastinate so that you can be inspirational later on. And that's me just talking randomly. So here's my novel link, and then I'll get Art Breeder next. There's that. And then let me get good old Art Breeder, which is just artbreeder.com, but I'll still get it for you guys. Here's Art Breeder. There we go. Ta-da! And we don't even have to worry about YouTube chat because it's like a completely separate chat. So, yeah, that's all good. It all worked out in the end. Okay. What was I doing? I was doing nothing. That's what I was doing. Yeah, YouTube's fine. Okay. I think I like the name Estelle Aubert, but I initially had her name as Calamity, but that was because of the plot, and then it changed. So then this is a different story. I'm sorry if I'm confusing people. You like the name Estelle? Oh, good. I like it because it means star, and she's a starling, so, I mean, that works. Oh, did we have a consensus on the word hybrid yet? To describe someone that's been tested on by aliens? That's essentially what my hybrids are. That's right, you were telling me about that. I guess hybrid does sound better than crossbreed. So I guess that works. I mean, that's what the name was made, so that there would be a name that didn't sound offensive, right? Mm-hmm. Has anyone else read system novels, like system administrator novels? If you've read any web novels or translated novels from Asian cultures, then you probably have. I've read so many. They're interesting. So there's like someone ends up like getting transported somewhere, and they don't know if they died or not, usually. But then they're given like these tasks that they have to like complete to get back to their own world. So there's like a computer program in their head, and then sometimes they get penalized if they don't complete the task, and then they have to do something else. But they're interesting. When they're written well, they're interesting. The best one that I've read, but I don't like suggesting it to people because I was pretty creeped out by the aliens in it, but to each their own. But my husband and I blitzed through. Oh, I don't like that phrase. Why did I use it? We went through very quickly the manga, which is called Solo Leveling, and I guess they're making an anime of it now. But the aliens in it are so creepy. Like the background aliens that like made this system administrator are really creepy. So you have to go in knowing that. But other than that, like the character is pretty cool. But I almost dropped it a couple times because the aliens were creepy. But they were aliens. That is important to put. They were not supernatural creatures. They were aliens. And then just, I don't know. It's kind of like a black hole if you get into manhwas and translated novels, because they're fun to read, but you have to be in the mood to read something that occasionally isn't translated completely. All right. But if you're ever curious, I would go to novel updates, because then you can go by genre and even tropes sometimes. Excuse me. And the comments will always tell you whether or not it's translated correctly. So that's what I go off with, if you're curious. Alright, let's see if I can get some work done and not just keep on staring at the page. My first time writing this, it was fun, but I kind of like hit this wall where I was like trying to include too many like historical situations, and then I was just like, the whole next chapter was just like uber long, and I just couldn't get past it. So I was all like, I need to add a different element to this. So when the rewrite happened, I was like, I'm gonna make this my test for the failed hybrids. So that's what I'm doing. That's what I'm doing. Okay, I'm gonna stop clicking this. I'm sorry. My hands should be on my keyboard, not on pens that click. That is dangerous. How are we doing on time, by the way? Oh, good. It's getting sunny. It was like muggy the last couple days. Not fun. Okay. That is a horrible chapter title. Trying to decide if I want to change this beginning or not. Remember the time when I could no longer speak. Ooh, I like that better. Thank you. Of course, it's only one apology, but that works still. But apologies can be also used. It works. I cannot spell apologies, obviously, even though I had it correct before. Yeah, semantics. I hope the music that's on isn't distracting. I'm finding it really nice, actually. A lot better than the previous ones. Okay. Like too calming and it puts you to sleep, but just the right amount of calming and it can help you be productive. Stretch. Oh. Don't forget to stretch, everybody. Oh yay! Your reverse module followed me. Thank you. Sorry it took me so long to notice. I'm one of those people that just don't expect people to follow me, so when like just one or two people do, I'm just like, woo! Excitement all around. Keep calling it a speaking technology, but I'm like, what is that machine actually called? You know, when certain people are unable to talk anymore due to like certain illnesses, and then they can tap, like not quite type, but tap like certain things. What is that called? Is that what it's called? Miro node? Yeah, I think I'm just gonna have to call it speaking technology because I think there's like several different machines that do it. Oh, there's NBC News has an article about it. Electronics, talkie speaky. Yeah, in Star Wars, yeah. I think the scientist that's in Big Bang, but he's a real person. He didn't invent time travel, but he has theories on theoretical physics. What's his name? Oh, it's gonna bug me. That did not help me at all, CPS. Yeah, it's just speech technology. It doesn't. So I guess what I said was like as close as I can get to what I'm saying. I'm just gonna say speech tech for. I mean, she kind of lives in like a more modern world, but she still lost her voice. Mentally my head, and the shadow hologram gesture to my speak tech. Would it be like a Morse code pattern? Where you're like wondering if you should research more just for like one scene. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Something that could be like a voice box. But I don't know how. Maybe like a tongue click would. Maybe I should do a tongue click. I think I'm gonna stick with fingers tapping. I was like, tongue? I don't think I'm doing it right. Like, just for this one scene. Vocalator. I like that. when you're editing, you're like, well, this is a not useless sentence, but it's like, don't really need this sentence. I probably should let it go. Yeah, I was thinking about the eye movements too. But then I was thinking if it was something that she'd use like when she was waking up and it was kind of dark in the room. Of course, she did turn on the light. I literally just started editing the same document instead of oops. Is there a difference between a cloak's hood and a cowl? I'm gonna look that up because it's gonna annoy me. Difference between cowl and hood. Hood is a covering such as worn over one's head, while a cowl is a monk's hood or hooded cape. Oh, okay. So it's better to say hood. Okay, gotcha. Good to know. I might have used that wrong in my... Well, it did say or a hooded cloak, so it could work either way. I'm gonna think I'll stay with hood. What's a heart machine called? Like where it's heart machine in hospital. Yeah, what is it called? A Holter monitor. Holter monitor. where I feel like I laid it on too thick that she's sick. I'm like, yeah, I thought it was EKG. Yeah, but yeah, that's right. The EKG is that I have had a couple recently, so it's more the readout, and it's like what they do. So it's like more of a procedure rather than like something that's already attached to a patient. I'll just put heart monitor because people aren't gonna know what a Holter monitor is. This is where it changes. You're writing a fan fiction and you're like, is this too dramatic or like cheesy? And you're like, it's fan fiction. It's okay. It's okay. Ooh, that sounds fun. Doing the myths and legends for your story. I would, that would be, that sounds fun. I haven't really done that. I guess because it's not really important to the story. But, yeah. I have to read it in an undertone to see if it's too cheesy or if I can post it. Life was a teeny smells of lavender. Like a siren. Or you're trying to figure out if certain things are like even necessary for the chapter. It sounds like, from what you've told me about your story before, that yeah, the lore might be important because of the setup you have. I do love lore though. Lore is fun. Yay, I finished editing this chapter. Next chapter needs to be completely rewritten. Okay, so that did. All right, wow, we hit 2 hours. I think I'm going to go ahead and end today's sprint at 2 hours. We did a long time. I hope this was I think it was productive from everyone's comments, so that's good. We will come back tomorrow at 9:30 again. I hope I will see you there.